About recommended carnivorous plants that are easy to grow. The first one is Drosera cauvensis, Drosera adelae. This carnivorous plant produces mucus on its leaves. It traps insects with its mucus and uses it to feed itself. About how to grow. About soil. I think sphagnum moss is the easiest to grow. I also recommend a soil mixture that is mainly peat moss with carnivorous soil added. About watering. When sphagnum moss dries out, water it from above. You can also grow it by storing water in a saucer. However, I don't do this because in the summer, when the temperature rises, the water stored in the pot gets warm and can damage the roots. I have stopped storing water in the pot because I can't take care of it during the day. Basically, sphagnum moss has excellent water retention. So in summer, if it's dry when you wake up in the morning, water it, and then water it again at night. In winter, if it's dry, water it. About the place. A place with good ventilation and plenty of sunlight is best. However, direct sunlight in summer can damage the leaves, so it is recommended to use a shade sheet to protect it from direct sunlight. In winter, it is recommended to keep it outdoors and grow it in sunlight. About fertilizer. Drosera does not need fertilizer as it will grow without it. Related videos of Drosera are in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a high rating. What about the next carnivorous plant? The next recommended carnivorous plant is Venus flytrap. When Venus flytrap detects an insect on its to open leaves, it closes the leaves, trapping the insect and using it as nutrients. The mechanism by which the leaves close is that there are thorns on the surface of the leaves. These sensory hairs close when touched twice within 30 seconds to prevent them from accidentally closing due to rain or debris. Also, since it consumes a lot of energy to close the leaves, one leaf will wither if it closes 3 or 4 times. So, do not touch the leaves carelessly to close them. About how to grow it. About the soil. I think sphagnum moss is the easiest to grow. I also recommend a soil mixture such as peat moss with carnivorous soil added. About watering. When watering Venus flytrap, water it when the surface of the soil dries. You can also store water in a saucer and keep it that way. In summer, the water in the saucer warms up and can damage the roots. This is because you cannot change the water in the saucer during the day. I do not grow it by storing water in a saucer. In my case, I water it in the morning in summer and again in the evening. In winter, the temperature is low, so if you water it too much, the roots will rot. About the place. Venus flytrap likes sunlight, so place it in a sunny, well-ventilated place. Sunlight is important, but direct sunlight in summer can damage the leaves. It is also recommended to use a shade sheet to prevent direct sunlight. Even in winter, expose it to sunlight. Venus flytrap also goes into hibernation in November, so it will lose its vitality. However, if you put it in a warm place in the house, it will affect its growth next year. As long as the temperature does not drop below freezing, it is fine to keep it outdoors. If you grow it indoors, avoid putting it in a heated room. About fertilizer. Like other carnivorous plants, Venus flytrap does not require fertilizer. Related videos of Venus flytrap are in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a high rating. What about the next carnivorous plant? The next recommended carnivorous plant is Nepenthes. Nepenthes has a hanging pot-like shape. The pot-like thing is a deformed leaf that is hollow inside. The liquid inside contains digestive juices that capture insects and are called insect traps. How to grow it in soil. While Nepenthes grows in places with little nutrition, it grows with photosynthesis and moisture without taking in nutrients from its roots. The insect trap evolved to make up for the lack of nutrients. Therefore, if the soil is highly nutritious, the insect trap may not form. Sphagnum moss is the easiest soil to use and is recommended. Sphagnum moss is easy to handle because it contains a lot of moisture and has good breathability. The disadvantage is that if you use it for a long time, the sphagnum moss will be damaged and the roots of the Nepenthes may rot. Repot it about once a year. Also, when repotting, sphagnum moss can get tangled with the roots and damage them. That's why I recommend carnivorous soil. Carnivorous soil has high breathability and water retention. So when repotting, it's easy to brush the soil off the roots without damaging them. Sifting the soil to remove fine soil before use will improve drainage even further. Carnivorous soil should be repotted every 2 to 3 years. About watering. For nepenthes, which grow in humid places, watering is just as important as sunlight. If the soil is too wet, it is prone to root rot, so it is not good to keep the soil constantly wet. In summer, the temperature rises and the water evaporates. Watering once a day will dry out the soil, so I water it once in the morning and once more at night. In winter, it's dry, but the temperature is low and the water doesn't dry out. If you water it too much, there's a risk of root rot. When the soil dries, water it, and it's fine to just spray the leaves of the nepenthes with a spray bottle. About the place. A minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum temperature of around 35 degrees Celsius is ideal. Place it in a sunny location outdoors, but avoid direct sunlight in midsummer. In winter, when the temperature drops below 15 degrees Celsius, place it indoors and expose it to sunlight through a window. Excessive heating can cause dryness, which is not good for nepenthes. Mist the leaves with water and cover with plastic or a cardboard box to keep them moist. About fertilizer. Nepenthes, like other carnivorous plants, does not require fertilizer. Related videos of nepenthes are in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a high rating. What about the next carnivorous plant? The next recommended carnivorous plant is Sarracenia. Sarracenia is a carnivorous plant with attractive tubular trapping leaves. The trapping leaves come in various shapes and colors depending on the species. The trapping leaves have nectar glands that lure insects and trap them by dropping them into the tube. Why can't insects get out once they've fallen? The inside of the tube is slippery and has hairs that grow downwards, so insects cannot get out once they've entered. About watering. During the growing season in spring and summer, when the surface of the soil and water moss dries, water until water flows from the bottom of the pot. When watering, be careful not to let water get into the tube. If too much water gets into the tube, the weight of the trapping leaves may cause them to fall over. In autumn and winter, water when the surface of the soil dries. There is also a management method of collecting water in the saucer, but I don't do this. In summer, the water in the saucer gets warm, so in summer I water it once in the morning and once more at night. In winter, I water it when the soil dries out. About the place. Sarracenia prefers a sunny environment. However, care should be taken as the leaves are easily burned when exposed to direct sunlight in summer. As a countermeasure, use a shade sheet or similar to avoid direct sunlight. It is important to keep it in a bright, well-ventilated shade in summer. In winter, Sarracenia needs to be kept dormant at a temperature of 0–5 degrees Celsius. If it is kept in a warm place in winter, it will continue to grow, but it may lose its strength and die in spring. As long as the temperature outside does not drop below 0 degrees Celsius, it can grow outdoors without being exposed to cold winds. If it drops below 0 degrees Celsius, keep it in a room without heating. About fertilizer. Sarracenia does not need fertilizer, just like other carnivorous plants. The above is an introduction to recommended carnivorous plants that are easy to grow. Why not try growing a carnivorous plant this summer? I also post videos on my channel for those who are interested in growing carnivorous plants. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a high rating. Please also check out this video. Thank you for watching.